Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Bagakar Ahmed and welcome to today's video. I want to go ahead and speak about prophets and how they went ahead and viewed sin. Now, a lot of us go ahead and debate, are the prophets infallible? Can the prophets sin? How did God go ahead and protect them? And I want to go ahead and have this conversation here today. It's not that the prophets could not sin. They have free will like all other human beings, but they were chosen by God for a specific reason. The prophets of God are repulsed by sin to the level that I'm repulsed by human feces. For instance, let's go ahead and paint this picture here. And I know it's a little bit extreme, but this is the extremity and this is how prophets actually view sin. Me and my cousin were going ahead and speaking about this topic, and my cousin going ahead and made a very good statement. He said to me, the prophets go ahead and view sin like you go ahead and view eating human feces, correct? And I was like, what do you mean by that? And he said, you will never eat human feces, no matter how many times I go ahead and offer it up to you. Here, Ahmed, it's in a cup. Here, Ahmed, it has whipped cream on it. Here, Ahmed, it has sprinkles on it. No matter how many times I offer it, no matter how many different presentations I give it to you in, no matter how I go ahead and manifest this crap in a cup, it's never going to be appealing to you. You are going to be naturally repulsed by it. You will never be able to put it in your mouth. The second you even try putting it in your mouth, you will throw up. You will regurgitate at the thought of even eating this thing. And this is how prophets of God actually went ahead and looked at sin. Every time they were tested by sin, every time it came close to them, they regurgitated it. They were so disgusted by it before they were even able to indulge in it that they would never even come close to it. And this is how prophets of God actually looked at sin. It's not that prophets of God couldn't indulge in sin or couldn't dive into sin or didn't have the free will to go against God if they wanted to. They were just so repulsed by it that they didn't want to. Any logical human being will see feces or human poop and be like, I'm not going to eat that. That's disgusting. You're going to stay away from it. But a human being, if they truly wanted to, can continuously try every day to eat that poop until their body and their reinforcement system, their psychological mind, allows them to do something that their body is repulsed by. And this is incredible, that there are human beings out there who actually eat human feces. Or for instance, just not as deep or as harsh as an explanation. Let's just say, for instance, in the United States of America, we don't eat bugs like crickets and grasshoppers and caterpillars. We don't eat dogs in the United States of America or snakes in the United States of America. That's repulsive to us. If we went ahead and went to a restaurant and saw a plate full of grasshoppers with sauce on it, we would be repulsed by it naturally, correct? Because that's not something we are conditioned to in the United States of America. Now, if I go to China, I'm going to see restaurants with plates full of grasshoppers. I'm going to see restaurants that go ahead and serve dog. That's our house pets here in the United States of America. What we will see in China will repulse us naturally as United States of American citizens, correct? Because we are not naturally doing that here, correct? In China, they have gone ahead and killed that repulsory instinct for those specific foods and for those specific things. It's the same exact thing with sin. We live in a world that glorifies sin, that glorifies fornication and having sex before marriage, that glorifies gambling, that glorifies killing, that glorifies drug usage, that glorifies all of these specific things and stripping down and having no modesty. It glorifies sin. So when you live and you keep continuously through reinforcement killing that repulsiveness that you have towards sin. You know when you do a bad thing and it sticks to you and you feel disgusting, and it's not something physical like when you actually get poop on your hand, you could just wash the poop off. No, it's like poop. It's shit that is stuck to you and you cannot remove off of you no matter how hard you try. And the only way to get it off of you is by cleansing your soul, right? Staying away from that sin that you have been committing over and over and over again. And I thought this subject was very interesting, because a lot of the times we have a question and we go ahead and question, why did the prophets of God not sin? How could the prophets of God stay away from sin? And how can I stay away from sin as a human being? A lot of people say, Jesus is the only perfect or infallible being, or, the prophets of God are the only ones that are chosen by God. No, every single one of you are chosen by God. And at any moment of any day, if I want to, I can just stop sinning. If I decide to look at my sins like, poop, right, that I'm about to eat, then I won't sin anymore, correct? I'll be repulsed by it. And every time I go to take that action, it'll be like, oh no, that smells bad. That tastes bad. That feels bad. And before I even commit the action, I will be repulsed by that specific action. And this is how the prophets of God went ahead and looked at sin. This is how they went ahead and sought God's approval and God's guidance. They saw the evils of this world and the sin of this world as a pile of poop waiting to be eaten. And they watched everyone around them run up to that pile of shit and literally grab their golden spoons and start plowing it down without a care. And this is how the prophets of God went ahead and seen that. If you guys have any questions about the specific subject, leave them down below. If you guys would like to challenge this specific subject, go ahead and leave your challenges down below and let me know what you think about what we just talked about today. God bless every single one of you, and until next time, peace out. Bye-bye.